Hello, business communication students. Welcome to class. We are going to go through this final job, get a job, excuse me, final project. And we're going to go through the alternative assignment. We're going to go through what this actually requires. We're going to go through how much this weighs on your grade. We're going to go through in detail. So hopefully I can answer all of your questions. But if at some point I don't answer all of your questions, you are welcome to text me or email me. Now, I might be using this video a couple years down the line, so some things might have changed, but I'm pretty sure I will keep this assignment the same mostly. I'm going for about 5 minutes. That's my goal to explain everything. Maybe 10. Please pay attention. Um, because this is worth 20% of your grade. 20%. And I've had straight A students opt out of this assignment and settle for a C plus before. And it made me really, really sad. And honestly, it's doable. You don't have to get a job, you just have to get an interview or attempt really hard to get an interview. Sometimes things don't work out, but you have to prove that you really tried. And write about your experience. This final project is nerve wracking, it's kind of scary. But guess what, students? And I want to look you in the eye and tell you, you can do it. And this is the real world. Aren't you sick of a 3-hour test to show how good you are at a subject? Now, I'm not saying tests are bad, they have their place. But in CTE and in business communication, a test does not have a place for this final, for what I'm going to test you on. Excuse me. Which is business communication. The interview process, you're getting interviewed, you're shaking someone's hand, you're giving them eye contact, you're writing down your resume, you're handing your resume to them. So let's go through this. It's already 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a 10-minute video. Get a job. Final project. Let's go through the alternative assignment later. The purpose of this project is for you to get a real life interview experience. Now, these are different from mock interviews. Very different. And I want you to go out, even if you don't want a real job, I still require you to go out and get an interview. The assignments previous to now are to prepare you for this project. So everything we learned throughout the semester leads up to this. I'm excited. I love this assignment. And I did this in high school, and it was really challenging and also very rewarding. You are not required to actually get the job to pass this assignment. Even if you do well in the interview and you get the job, you can always deny the job opportunity in a very polite way. I mean, listen, I appreciate you offering the job to me, and I appreciate your time. I think right now with school, I don't think taking the job is a good idea. And you can say something like that. Say it nicely. Something like, "Oh, it was just a school project. I was playing ya." I don't even think that's true if you said that. I think this is more a learning experience for you, for your benefit. Okay? So I don't want you to tell the employer, Fred Meyer, Smith's, Walmart, Costco, "Hey, yeah, it was just a school project. I was just playing ya." Ha ha ha. Nothing like that, please. They are professional, they are serious, and I want you to have a professional experience. At this point, you should have met a manager and picked up a couple of applications. If you didn't do that yet, that's your next step. It's called application part 2, I think. Get 2 applications. Now you need to set up an interview time and get a job. We actually use class time to call businesses and talk to managers. So that's why I leave the last 3 weeks open. And we use class time and we call these managers and we say, listen, I submitted an application. What else can I do to prepare for a job there? Okay? And I usually work with you one-on-one, one at a time, and we call up Smith's and we call up Domino's Pizza, McDonald's, whatever. It's a scary experience. I coach you through it and I'm there with you. All right? And you stumble through it. All my students stumble through these phone calls, and that's okay. That's what we're here to learn. This way I can guide you through expressing your interest for a job. Just give me a report about your job interview. By the way, if you walk in and meet a manager and hand them your application, I might, in some cases, even count that as an interview. You walk in there, you're handshaking, you're a little scared. Hello, sir, I am so-and-so. I'm interested in a job. Or ma'am. They sometimes hire you on the spot. I've had 2 students do that so far in 2024. At this point, I'm making this video in 2024. I've been teaching this for 3 years. So that means 2 out of my 3 years, students have been hired on the spot, and they had a summer job or a winter job, depending on what time you're taking this class. After your interview, get an interview. Provide the manager's name, store phone number, and company name so I can confirm that you had an interview. No lying. 1 paragraph of how it felt through the whole process. So I give you 3 weeks to a month to work on this one assignment. Again, aren't you sick of just taking tests? This is a real test. That's why I love this class and this assignment. This is a real test. And if you fail, it's okay. You're just a teenager. It's good to fail now and learn before you get out into the real world where you have to support yourself. So fail right now and learn right now, and it's okay. People are very forgiving of high school students. If they see you trying, it's okay. It's okay. Provide 3 questions that she asked you. How did you answer them? And sometimes you're so nervous. I've had students that were so nervous through their interview that they completely forgot what they were asked. And they told me that, and that is okay. Hopefully you don't forget. The interviewer most likely will ask you, what questions do you have for me? All right. And what did you ask them? There is a proper way to answer that question to the interviewers, and the answer is, let's say you hire me. In 1 year, how will I have knocked your socks off? How will I have impressed you? That's the right thing to ask them, okay? So ask them that. Number 5, tell me what you'll do better next time. Being interviewed is an art, and believe it or not, in 2024, I've had 3-4 interviews, and some bad luck. I haven't gotten a job yet here in Oregon. And even as a business teacher that trains people on this stuff, I do a bad job sometimes. I'm 30 plus years old. I still fail at this. It's okay if you fail. I'm still learning. You're still learning. It's okay. Failure is good. The difference between, I think there was a quote, I don't know who it's from, but the difference between a master and a novice is the master has failed 1,000 times or something like that. It's from some Asian proverb. I'm not sure. No, if you say at any point to the interviewer, this is a school project, therefore discrediting your interview, your project will be forfeit, so I don't want you to say that. I want you to say this is a learning experience, which is also true. Okay? It's just kind of offensive to the interviewer to spend their time with you and then you just say, "Oh, I'm just pulling your leg." Okay. Now let's go through the alternative final. So it's been 10 minutes. I understand. I'm going to go through this. Stay on if you want for the alternative final. If you already have a job, you don't have to do this assignment. You can get an interview with a different business. Remember, you don't have to get the job. You just need an interview. You still need to meet with your boss at some point. The purpose of the meeting will be to ask how you might climb the corporate ladder, get a raise, or take on a harder task/job. Now, I will have a separate video for how to approach this coming up later. So, stay tuned. So if you already have a job, you don't need to do the final. Your alternative assignment will be to ask for a raise. All right. If you want to stay home because of safety, so you can have over the phone interviews. So if you're really COVID vulnerable, all right, you can still have over the phone interviews. People do it all the time. Two of my interviews, so half of my interviews this year were over Zoom. That's okay. If you are a foreign exchange student and you cannot get a job in the U.S., you are also exempt. Please come talk to me. We might do a role play interview. So what I want you to actually do is the alternative assignment right here. All right, but come talk to me first. Other reasons. So if you are a freshman, if you are a sophomore that's 14 years old, you legally cannot get a job yet. So you get the alternative assignment. You must make a video of yourself answering 3 of the interview questions listed below. You know, I'm going to change that to 4 because averages 4 or 5 questions. So I'm going to change that. And all right, there we go. 4 of the interview questions listed below. Please dress up as if you were at an actual interview and have someone ask you the questions. So maybe you need to have your parent or another teacher ask you the questions, and you need to record yourself. Also, pick a corporation that you are interviewing for. So Nike and Target, they don't really have face-to-face interviews. They have you submit videos of you talking and answering questions like this, and then the managers review your videos and then choose who they want to hire or meet up with. So these are also, I grade this alternative assignment very strictly, as if I was a manager of whatever company you choose. So what are your questions? Let me know. By the way, if you want to, for the actual assignment, if you want to apply at Nike or Target with the online interview, you don't have to provide me the manager's name, but I would like you to somehow get me the video that you recorded. You might have to make 2 videos and show me proof at the end that you applied at Nike or Target or something like that, a company that does online interviews, video interviews. So that is also a thing. Remember, guys, I do not make the standards. The world makes the standards. The world tells you if you are successful or not. I didn't create these rules. The world, the market, the workplace created these rules. Let's conquer them. Let's be good at this. Let's not be afraid to fail and be nervous and get out there try your best. I'm going to go back to what I said in the beginning. This is not a normal test, and thank goodness it is not. This is a real life test. Aren't you sick of having assessments in school, and this is a real test out in the real world? Isn't it refreshing? Look at it that way. You're stepping into the real world, and most high school students, you will be ahead of them by doing this assignment. So please, I encourage you to get out and do this final. Okay, text me or email me if you have any questions. I would love to answer them and chat with you. Thank you very much, students. I appreciate you.